So for your demonstration today, I'm going to show you a little bit more about some collages. I think collages are really fun because you use so many colors and shapes that are often already there for you. For example, in the one I'm going to show you today, I am going to use a magazine and find different objects to put them together to make a creature. Now, for me to do this one with this many different objects took several days, or at least a couple days. You might need a whole day or two just to find different objects for you to use. So what you're gonna need is, I'm gonna set that aside, you're gonna need a magazine, and you just start flipping through the magazine, and when you find things that are a whole object, like here's a whole object, even if you don't think you're gonna use it, you're gonna take it and cut the whole thing out. Like this could be a body, for instance. Ooh, I'm gonna cut it with the coaster just in case. Notice how I'm cutting all the way around objects though. Not just cutting out a part of it. So for instance, I'm going to have to go all the way around this raspberry. Also, remember that when you cut, it's easiest to turn your paper and not your scissors. My scissors are pretty much just pointed right away from me, and I'm turning my paper. And you might have noticed too that instead of trying to cut it in the magazine, I ripped the whole paper out. So you're gonna need to make, kind of keep tidy, because you'll need keeper objects that you might use, but also you're gonna need like trash bins. So you can kind of go through, there's my trash pile. Now you could use like somebody's face or something if you'd like. I like the challenge of just finding objects. I'm gonna find one more object, but really I would probably recommend to you to find 20 to 30 objects. So that's kind of a lot. And you notice that I've passed a lot of pages, and because the objects aren't full, like the bowl isn't fully there, it's cropped out. And plates of food will work well, but they're pretty colorful, so I'm looking for something a little less colorful. Well, this magazine might not have any more for me. I'm determined to find one more. All right, I'll go ahead and pick an oyster. Ugh, disgusting. No, I don't want an oyster. Keep going. Okay, so if you find in the, I could go these cups too. If you find in the that your magazine doesn't have a lot, then you'll just need to get a new one. So another thing you might need to do is to take a piece of paper to use as a folder, because all of those little objects, if you're not going to finish today, are going to fall out. So you can just use a piece of magazine, fold it in half. You might want to fold the edges a little bit. If you want to get really fancy, you can like glue it or something. But just so that I can have a spot so I can tuck my pictures down. Now, I've actually cheated a little bit and cut some more out before I started making this video. And I picked one base color to glue everything down. So I picked this base from a collage station. I'm not going to cut this paper up. And I'm not going to glue anything down yet either, because I want to play with the different directions. And maybe some of your picture will end up going off of the page. Kind of like this is like the feet too, like it scoots around on it. You could layer the head, you could put something in the hand, maybe it's got a neck situation. So don't glue anything down for a while, because you want to play. That could be a smile or a hat. Ooh, I like the hat idea. I still need to go back and find little things that I could use as a face. These popsicles I could maybe use as a feet. There's a nose. But then maybe I'm like, I don't really like that, and you could change it all around. Or maybe you're like, actually, I'm not seeing a creature, but I really like these popsicle sticks. Maybe I want to change and do half collage, half drawing, and make some kind of popsicle, pretend they're trees, and make some kind of candy forest. So in that case, I would be gluing them all down and then adding some kind of forest in the background with, you can use collage. Like I could still use some pieces that I cut. Like here's an orange that maybe I'd pretend that's the sun. But I could add drawing into it too. So you can do a combination of the different things. So if that's what you choose to do, then I can't wait to see what you make and what you invent, because I know that you are even more creative than I can possibly imagine. All right, everybody, happy arting.